Yeah, we'll give it a few minutes, as always. See if anybody comes up. We have excellent connection. No viewers, Miles.
Yeah. Hey,
We got nobody looking at us.
they still preparing.
Preparing what?
Preparing their coffee.
The coffee, you think so? Well, it is 7 o'clock at night in the West, US anyway.
Preparing their dessert.
Desserts.
Preparing their coat. If it is cold. Oh, good morning, Peter. Good morning.
Well, we have Peter here.
Yes. Good morning, Peter.
Peter's always the first one. Hey, good morning, Peter, man. How you doing? How's life in Australia?
Australia.
You ever been to Australia? Like I said, I was there a couple of times, but we only got as far as Sydney. And people say that you need to get out. Never did though. It's always awesome, Peter.
Life is awesome.
The way you look at it.
Life is good in the Badoc.
Yeah. Life is wonderful in Badoc today. It's a little cloudy. They say it's going to be hot and humid. No rain. That's what they're saying now, but that could change with a little bit of winds.
Mm-hmm.
They say it's residual from the typhoon, but I ain't believing that one.
No, there is another typhoon.
Where?
Eastern. Is that east?
Yes, that's east. That's
Yeah,
west.
Eastern Cagayan Valley.
Carry on by your.
Cagayan Valley.
That's by your family house, right? Yes, that is true. That is true, Peter. If every morning you wake up, you take that as a successful day. No matter you're not even out of bed yet, but you say, life is good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn the sound on for a few minutes. Get the kind of humid.
Every day is good.
So what's your plans for today? I think today is Yellow House Wednesday. We go and eat lunch at the Yellow House. That's about it. Our life is, it's easy. But other than that, what's the local news for today?
Later news. The later news is nothing.
There ain't nothing going on in the Philippines that we know of.
Sometimes I just ignore what is going on here.
Oh, that's the way I look at it a lot of times. If it doesn't affect me. I mean, I feel for the people in the States, but there's nothing I can do about it. Right? I'm over 6,000 miles away. What can I do?
That's maybe that is already normal.
What do you mean always?
Normal what is going on in every country.
Yeah, you got to learn you have no control. The only thing you can control is what's going on around you. I'm not saying like in your state or in your country that you just can control what's going on around you. You guys say, no, we're not going to go shopping today.
We'll have lunch. Brands wants to have lunch in Yellow House Food House. YH Food House.
It's the Yellow House, Traveler's Lodge, and Food House.
Yes.
Good food there, man. And they got a lot of Western food there too. Or the best thing they can do is to get close to that Western style food. So.
But they are not making that once no order, no people going there to order.
Well, see, what the Yellow House is, if you order off the menu, it's going to take you a little bit because it's all cooked fresh. Now, they do have food out, but that's what people usually get.
Those are the locals, something.
Yeah, the local stuff, the Philippine food, I guess. But then, like I said, if you dive deep into the menu, you'll see some American stuff. No, not American, actually, Western. I just wish
Close to American style.
it'd be nice if they had fish and chips. I know I got a craving for fish and chips lately,
Do they have?
No, they don't have fish and chips. I'm talking with malt vinegar, not with just vinegar. That's not fish and chips.
Normal.
Hey, John, how you doing, man? Yeah, we're having a great day, man. Like we just got done saying, I woke up. I'm ahead of the game.
Good morning, Kuya Jan. Good morning.
Yeah, I hope you're doing well, man.
How's life in Tarlac? Bulacan, Kuya Jan.
Yeah, I watch John's videos. I usually don't comment too much because, I just don't. But I see some of the nasty comments people put on there. It's, John, this is the way I look at it. If I didn't join the military, it would never happen. But I traveled all over the world, so I have something to go against. And I think some of the people that write the nasty comments on your videos, I think they need to travel a little bit and see what's going on outside of their boundaries of their country to see what's really going on.
Just ignore the negative feedback, Kuya Jan.
No, I get negative ones too, and some of them are just like
Ignore them.
has nothing to do with the video, and you're like, but see, I don't get. How can we say it? I stay away from the Philippine politics. John knows you don't talk. An outsider don't talk about it because it pisses people off. I don't talk about that, and I just try not to get involved. Yeah, I try not to get involved because it's just it can be nasty.
Good morning, Mary Retta.
Hey, Mary, how you doing, man? Glad to see you back. Hope life is good for you. Yeah, so that's just the way I look at it, man. You could tell by the comments some of these people have never been out of the boundaries of their country, and it's sad. I don't know if it's sad, but it's just like they have no base on their comment. That's what I'm trying to say.
Yes, life is good in Badoc.
Yeah, it's always good. Badoc is a very peaceful town. Man. It is. It's very, very peaceful farming community.
Yeah.
Farming and fishing, that's what I'd say. Community. And some of the farmers are fishermen. They multitask.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Early in the morning, farmers already in the field doing the stuff.
Yeah. I feel for them, man. They do everything by hand. Well, some of them use what is it called?
Tractor.
Well, no, what's that?
Those for harvesting?
Yeah.
Reaper.
The Reaper, which is like and John probably seen many times. It's like a condensed version of a combine that they use in other countries like the States. Mm-hmm. But it's like they're behind it, not pulling it because in theory it's supposed to go by itself, but they're not inside of it. They're not inside of a cab with AC and Sirius radio and aircon, So I think that's. Now, do they have something here that helps plant that, like say the rice, or they have to do that by hand?
Yeah. For now, by hand, but they said they will planning to have the machine planting.
Well, like in the States, they can put all different type of attachments on it. They can use it for plowing. They can use it for planting. They can use it for harvesting. So maybe that's what they're going on, you know?
Plowing is, yes, they will use machine.
Yeah, I've seen them in the rice fields.
Fully.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, how you doing? Hey, you're welcome, man. It's no problem. It kind of, sweet and sour. Myles is sweet and sour pork. It's really good. Really.
Sweet and sour
Pork, you make
pork balls.
yeah, she makes a little pork balls. Or you also have sweet and sour chicken, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has. She hasn't tried sweet and sour beef yet. I don't know how that would taste.
Sweet and sour.
Beef. You know?
Beef is chewy.
What's that?
It's chewy. It's
Chewy?
It's chew. It's stew. It's stewy.
Stewing. Okay. Would you ever try that though? Sweet and sour beef? I don't know.
Dry.
It probably tastes weird.
Dry. The meat is dry.
You think it'll be dry? Too dry? Well, you put some batter and you deep fry it. Everything tastes good when you deep fry
Even
it.
though you put butter,
Yeah.
it's still dry. Especially if it is solid. Like I said, if it is solid with no fat, it's really dry.
I'm not asking you to try it because it doesn't sound like it'll be a very good. It's sweet and
No.
sour beef. It doesn't sound like it'll be very good.
No. Chicken,
How about
fish, and pork.
sweet and sour shrimps?
Mm. Mm. Good.
I think you can make anything, well, with exception of beef, because that doesn't sound like being very good. You can make anything sweet and sour.
Sweet and sour beef is not really.
Hey, John, you know what I had last night, man? Some tofu.
Tofu is good, Kuya Jan. Tofu, bean curd.
I'm just not a tofu guy.
But the mayonnaise is I should use the creamy mayonnaise, not the sour one. The one we use for salad, a little bit sour.
You mean the mayonnaise they got in the refrigerator?
Yeah, that is a little bit. I want
So what other ones would you use?
the creamy.
I don't know if there's anything. Is
Well,
there?
just like the lady's choice.
Oh, that's Lady's Choice is creamy?
Mm,
Okay, then I know what you're talking about. I'm trying to figure out creamy. I think all mayonnaise is kind of creamy, but
that's creamy.
what do I know? I'm just a Western.
It's not sour. No sour taste.
Yeah, you're right, John.
Yeah.
I just ignore. I don't unless they get really, John. Unless they get really, really nasty. Okay, I don't block anybody. I just put a heart and I go about the business. But we had one person in the very beginning of our YouTube life that just constantly put Myles down, constantly. You know that you're lazy. It was a Philippine woman that was living in California, and just constantly. It wasn't even called for. Yeah, she was in California. You know, every day had something to say negative towards Myles, and it was like you little, you know. I ended up blocking her, which I think she unsubscribed it anyway because of something I said one video about. You know.
Yeah, she's a Filipina.
Yeah.
Maybe if she's staying here nearby,
That's a good question.
I will find her and kick her. Guys. Yeah, she's talking bad things about me.
You're a very non-violent person. So.
No, why? I have a lot of rock here.
So how many kilometers? I don't know how much we walk. The average when we walk, we used to walk. It was like 1.5 miles,
Miles.
and we used to walk it every day. Now we have, out of our own laziness, out of my laziness. Okay, Miles had nothing to do with it. We kind of cut it down, but then also you got to keep in mind with the weather we've had a few times with the typhoons and stuff like that. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. But I mean, we walk everywhere. Like yesterday,
Yeah, we walk.
we walked. I wanted to take the Mopar just to get it out and get the cobwebs out of the engine. And Mom was like, "I want to walk." No, I'm not. She's not. She's not scared when I'm riding a motorcycle, but she just wanted to walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true because they only attack. But do you know something, John? There is some other vloggers that do that. They become trolls.
Yeah.
There's a friend of mine. I don't know. You probably don't know. Okay. There's a friend of mine who's very, very, he was in the military, worked on computers as far as the programming and stuff like that. And he's retired. And every once in a while, he tells me, hey, if you get somebody on there making threats or anything like that, he goes, I can track them. Because it's not as hard as you think it is. He said it's one of the things once you know how to do it, it's easy. And there's a couple people that made, stupid remarks and stuff like that. And I was just curious. And there's this one guy, he's in Texas, okay? And he makes these remarks. And it was like, dude, I know where you live. And I told him the state, and I told him the town he lived in. Well, he stopped for a while. Okay, he stopped for a while. And then he started again. And I said, I still know where you live. Now I didn't. It's not illegal to do that. It's illegal if I posted his address. You know what I mean? Which I'm not going to do. I'm not. I got better things to do with my time. But that's my concern. Because and he might be on here now, but not the troll, but the friend of mine. And he'll do it. He'll say, and he'll find out where. And he said it takes like 5 minutes, and you can find exactly where the person is. They find out exactly where the person is. And it's kind of like, he goes, I can go as far as an address. I was like, well, I really don't care. I really don't want it. He goes, well, when you start getting threats, he goes, you need to know.
Kuya Jan, do you still visiting your house in Nagilian, La Union?
Maybe that's something he doesn't want to talk about.
I'm sorry about that.
Some people just want to move on with their lives.
Sorry.
No, like I said, John, I listen to what you got to say, and I agree with probably 85%, 85 to 90% of what you have to say. But I look at it this way: it's your opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's your opinion. Everybody has an opinion.
Mm-mm.
But some people think their opinions are facts. And that's what gets them in trouble. But yeah, we'll go to the house. I'll get my chicken sandwich. Hey, John, man, you should think about opening up a fish and chip shop with malt vinegar, not vinegar. But where was I at? There was no British in the Brits in the shop itself, and they were saying that they had on the menu fish and chips. And I was like, I love fish and chips. And I got it, and I tasted it, and I was like, they use vinegar, not malt vinegar in it. And I told the lady, I said, what did you use in this? They said salt. I said, yeah. And they said vinegar. And I was like, vinegar? What kind of vinegar? And it's like vinegar. And they showed me it was the white vinegar. I was like, that's not all fish and chips.
It's Is that the black vinegar?
It's like a
with
brown.
malt-
It's like a brownish, right, John? Yeah, it's like a brownish color.
malt
it's-
vinegar?
Yeah, it's not black.
Yeah.
And you can buy it here in the Philippines. You can buy malt vinegar.
Yes.
It's expensive. Yeah, I tried, John. I mean, you just tell people what's going on around your area and some places in a lot of the Philippines. And you know something, John? A lot of people don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Actually, everything, the price getting rise with.
Yeah. Now, John, in your market, do you get the fresh fish? Is there an area? How can I say this? Can you see like fishermen coming in the morning to the markets, to deliver the fish, whatever they caught for that day?
I think Bulacan, their area is not the fish that came from other. Oh, salmon, salmon.
Sea salmon. Now that's sea salmon. That's the long ones, right? The ones they tell you it's salmon and you're looking at it. When you're from the west and you're kind of looking at it, you're like, okay. All right. Now that I have never had it. Okay, because it's kind of like, nah, that ain't salmon. Does it taste like salmon? Like the
Yeah.
salmon you would get, like I don't know if you ever been like up in Canada, salmon they get there, Alaska, the salmon, or even in like Washington State.
What?
There's a lot of salmon they sell like further east you go in the States. 9 times out of 10, that's farm raised salmon. That's not the salmon that they catch. I've been told that by a fishery place. They said that stuff. I was in where was I at? I can't remember where I was at, but I was picking up fish. And I looked at it and said, "Is that salmon?" And it said it's farm raised. And that was somewhere on the East Coast. I can't remember. Yeah, it was farm raised salmon. He goes, I'd rather eat the stuff coming out of Washington or Canada or even Alaska.
I don't think.
Yeah, malt vinegar. That's the fish. You know what, John? We used to they wrapped it up in like a newspaper, like a cone shaped newspaper. That's how they rolled it. And you got if I remember right, you got like a long fork. It wasn't a big fork. It was a skinny fork, and it was long where you can just go like this and all that stuff.
Malt vinegar.
Yeah, malt vinegar.
How to make that?
You can't make malt vinegar. You got to buy it. It's a process. Yeah, Lazada sells it. Lazada does sell it.
Me too. I love
Oh.
real salmon.
Oh yeah, I used to go when I had picked up a load in Washington, northern Washington, at the docks, man. And right across the street was a restaurant. And I used to every time I go in there, maybe every other week to pick up salmon. And oh yeah, they ask you a truck. After a while, they know who you are, but at first they ask you to a truck to us. Yeah, I'm picking up a load of fish, and you got a discount for it. But yeah, I love salmon. I love salmon.
Yeah, I love it.
I just stay. Myles loves it. But they sell it, John. At the hypermarkets, they sell salmon, and you kind of look, and it's like already filleted and everything like that, and you kind of look at it, and you're like, "Is that real salmon?" But you try to find out where it's from. You know what I mean? Where it began, I guess you would say. But yeah, then it tastes a lot better with the newspapers. Yeah, they used to. I was in I lived in Scotland, Dunoon, for a few years, and yeah, you got the fish and chips, and they also had what was it called? It was lamb. No, it was sheep. It's lamb sheep, and I can't remember. They instead of the fish, they would have that in there. You know, it's some type of red sauce. I don't remember what it was with chips. That was also good.
Yeah, of course. I don't want to eat if the food wrapped in newspaper.
It tastes better that way.
No, the ink of the ink goes into the food.
Okay,
That is
so you're worried about
that
ink.
has
With all the garbage they put in food nowadays, you're worried about ink. At least you know the ink that's that's ink. There's nothing else.
Yeah, but there is chemical in the
There's chemicals in everything nowadays. You know, and you'll notice that here in the Philippines, man. I don't think a lot of these people that sell, at the market, they sell chicken. A lot of it is like people like Carlos who eat chicken for eggs and also for meat, and they're tiny. They're tiny because they don't inject them with a bunch of garbage into them, man. They're tiny. Just like that turkey we got. If I bring that if I had that turkey in the States, okay, and we got done cooking it and I put it on the table, people would be looking at it like, what is that? It's so it's small. It's not huge. It's so small to be like, what is that? It's turkey. No, that's not. you know. Spouts. What's spouts, John?
what is sprouts question? Sprouts, something like that. Yeah, those vegetable they wrap into with newspaper. You remember the broccoli
Oh yeah. Did they do that where you are, John, with the broccoli, where they wrap it in like 20,
newspaper?
like 3 kilos of newspaper rubber bands, and you're paying for that too? I wonder, do they deduct the weight of the newspaper and the rubber bands that you? Because I noticed, I've seen some vlogs, John, where they take it home and they take off all the newspaper and the rubber bands, and the actual broccoli is like real small, and you're like, okay.
You're paying the leaves, the stalks, the newspaper, and the rubber band, and just only get a small piece.
Now the vegetable lady she don't have all the newspaper and stuff on it. And does she also cut off the leaves and stuff? Most of it, right?
No, sometimes if it is already rolled, the lips already rolled, she don't need to remove the lips to protect the flower.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Mini, the small
Oh, I know what you're talking about. There's another word.
Brussels. Brussels.
Yeah, they call. I used to call them baby cabbage.
Brussels.
Yeah, baby cabbage. No, I know what you're talking about, man. Yeah, a little bit. I never liked them.
I love that one. I love that one for
Yes,
you,
yes, Mary. Yes.
yeah.
I never liked them.
It's like just like cabbage.
I just didn't like them. They were weird to me.
Yeah, it's good for baking.
Yeah, but I never. Okay, I never liked it. But see, I don't know. A lot of things I didn't like as a kid, I like now.
Mhm.
You know, but I never Brussels sprouts now. You like them, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, no. I don't know if you can't hear. Myles made tofu last night. I'm not a tofu guy. I'm not a tofu. No. I like no.
Sisig, sisig tofu.
I'm not a tofu guy, but the only downside with that tofu, you said you put some cayenne pepper on it.
It's not cayenne. It's
Some type of spicy something.
um, we don't have, but I picked some the chili at the back and slice it into three.
That's why I was eating it, right? And I'm like, okay, this is all right, But all of a sudden, I was like, oh my God, because I must have got a pepper, No, man, I can't eat it.
Yeah.
Maybe now, because my taste has changed throughout the years with stuff I would not eat when I was younger. I'm more open-minded to it, and I've eaten it. So
Brussels.
maybe if I ate Brussels sprouts, maybe because the Brussels sprouts that I had when I was a kid, they were like overcooked, so they were like mushy.
It's good. Brussels, mm, potato, and some bell pepper. Mix them together and grill it. Oh, yummy. Or bake it.
Did you ever have a red papaya?
Red papaya.
What is it? Have we ever had it?
It's not.
I don't remember.
Yeah, we don't. You don't remember. Yeah, I had already, but you haven't had that.
Oh, I haven't had it. Okay. Hey, John, you ever had blood oranges?
What's that?
It's an orange. When you open it up, it's red. The juice is red, and you know when you open up, it's got the white. I don't know what they call that. The white in between. It separates the. How can I explain it so you understand? You know when you slice an orange open. I wish the orange was still there, and you got the. What is it called? You got the white. Okay, that separates each of the pieces that you put in your mouth.
Oh,
I can't think of
okay.
the name of them.
Pomegro.
Well, anyway, they're great too. The juice and they're good. Yeah, they kind of got sweet taste to them.
Mm-mm.
Now, do they sell them in the States? I can't remember if they sell them in the States or not. I don't. What just happened here?
Yes, you're right. Pomegranate.
Who?
That one.
Yeah.
That is the pomegranate.
I couldn't think of the name.
So that is good when you juice, making juice.
I just slice the orange in half and I go, okay, let's put everything else. Yeah, and that's why I had mine in Italy. The blood oranges. I thought that was just. I didn't know they had them in the States because I never looked for them. But I thought that was a Europe thing, like Italy and stuff like that. The blood oranges.
Blood oranges, pomegranate.
Huh?
Pomegranate.
Pomegranate. So John, you doing okay now, man? I know you had a rough go for a while there.
Yeah. This.
I know that. I look at that. Look at there.
Mm.
That's like. Yeah, she was talking about. We got the Streamlab
Yes.
on our left side, and then also we got the. My mind just went blank. We got the YouTube monitor as far as what's going on right now with this live stream, and they're showing different numbers. So I don't know which one. I don't know which one to believe. I don't.
Press cook sardine.
So you're a sardine man? I was. I don't know. I used to like them as a kid. I'm not crazy about them now. Now, do you like the sardines and mustard? Because I know they have, yeah, sardines where you got like a mustard sauce.
Oh, the Italian sardines.
Italian sardines.
Italian, Portuguese sardine.
That's what you got to do. You got to look at. You got to take care of yourself, man. Because if you don't take care of yourself, you can't take care of others. And some people say, well, that's so selfish. I don't think it is. I really don't, especially when you get up in age. You know, you gotta make sure you're okay and you're maintaining in order to take care of other people. Because if you're not, you can only lie to yourself for so long, and then it catches up. And I think a lot of people, they get wrapped up in that when they come here, man.
Mhm.
They forget about themselves, or they lead a weird lifestyle, and all they're doing is damage to the bodies. I mean, you can come to the Philippines and you can live a very long time. Look at the ages of the people in the Philippines here. In their 90s, some in their hundreds. But some people choose to live a different life, and they get crazy, and they do crazy things.
No limit.
Well, I think there's a limit, but there's just, I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of places, quite a few places here in the Philippines you can go see, but a lot of guys just choose not to do that, like ourselves. You know, we'll go like the Vegan if we feel like it, or we'll go to Loaga if we feel like it, but we just want to lead quiet, peaceful life, you know? And sometimes, though, you kind of get sucked into things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And you really try not to. You really try to, you know, you try not to. I just think, I don't know if John agrees or disagrees. I think the less you get involved with things here, the better off you are. You know, you just sit back and be a spectator. Or when you're walking down the road and you see something happening, you turn around and you walk away. You don't get involved. Now, there's people that feel that they need to get involved, which I don't.
Let them get involved. There are both Filipino, those get in trouble are all Filipino. Just let them go. Don't get involved.
Well, no, there's foreigners that come here and they walk themselves into it trouble.
Yeah,
You know?
because they want to.
Well, yeah, they want to, but I mean, you don't need to. You don't need to be.
They want it always trouble.
You find out real quick, especially when it comes to America. You don't need to be the world police, you know, and you don't get involved. You just mind your own business. Come here, you mind your own business. Life is really good for you. You know.
Yeah. Good morning, Polly. Good morning.
Hey, Paulie, how you doing, man? Glad to see you. Glad to see you.
Morning.
Yeah, that's where you got to it, John. You become part of the background. You know, you don't.
Kuya John, brands like this when we are do the walking.
What do you mean? That's all I do. I'm not rude, okay, but you learn here real fast. A lot of these people.
Hello, Daisy. Good morning.
Hey, DC, how's it going, man? You learn that a lot of these people here, they know basic English, and we have people from the West have a tendency to talk really fast, so they have a hard time understanding you. And a lot of them, no matter what people tell you, Philippines is not an English speaking country. They know your basic. We call it. I don't know what John calls it. We call it Philippine English. Okay. sometimes you don't need to talk to them. You know, you just give them a nod, a smile, and then you're all good. And you keep on walking. Hey, DC.
DC is in the house.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. You're right. Yeah, you can't get away. Being a foreigner, you can't really get. I mean, I don't know because like I said, I mind my own business. But and if anybody grew up like in the city, you know that, man. You mind your own business. You don't you just mind your own business. You know nothing because let me tell you what, if there's a disagreement between two Filipinos and you insert yourself into that disagreement, who do you think is going to get at the losing end? It's not going to be them two Filipinos. I'll tell you right now. You're going to be on the losing end. So that's why you just like when you see a person hit a woman, you don't get involved. You do not get involved. You can think whatever you want in your head, but you just turn around and you walk away.
What is it?
Yeah, they're good people, man. I think the majority of Philippine people they're good people. But
We miss your pangit face.
yeah, they're good people, man. But John, you do have here wolves in sheep clothing though, and you got to figure who is who. You know, you do have to figure that. But that's all over the world. You know, I mean, that's just not a Philippine thing. You got to learn who is the genuine people and who are the ones that aren't genuine. You know, you got to figure that out. And sometimes it takes an event for you to figure that out.
Backstabber.
Well, no, yeah, backstabbing and two-faced. Two-faced is when, oh, Myles, you're so beautiful. Hey,
And
you know,
then
I think Myles is the most ugliest person I've met in my life. You know.
then later they talk about
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's two-faced, backstabbing. You know.
backstabbing.
Or you know, they come to, they frequently want to come over your house. The only reason they want to come over your house because they're looking around, surveying what you have. You know, seeing the layout. That does happen. That does happen. But that happens in the States too. You know?
Also.
You got own family members in the States that'll steal from you. You know? Yeah. It's not a feel. Everybody see people get pissed off when you mention the cons in the Philippines because every other Philippines is just like any other country. Okay, they got the good things and they got the bad things, just like England, United States, and wherever else. They have the good things and they have the bad things. And I've always said, Philippines is not all rainbows and unicorns. Okay, it doesn't float up in the sky with a rainbow going through it, saying, "Oh, the promised land." No, it's not happening.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. See, I grew up like that as a kid, man. We grew up in a house. There was what 8 of us, my parents and the rest of us, and you learn to keep to yourself. You know what I mean, in your house, because you don't want the people knowing your business. Because you learn, hey, they might use that against me later. and I always stuck to that rule of thumb, just keeping to myself. It's not my business, you know. Is that how you were brought up? Oh, you had a pretty decent though. You were raised by your aunt and uncle, you know. And the way Myles is, her personality, and everything, I think they raised you right. They raised you good.
So is no, my auntie and uncle didn't get married. Didn't get no husband and no wife.
Yeah, her aunt and uncle were brothers and sisters. They never got married or anything like that. And now your the house that your mother lived in. right before she passed away.
Mm.
Is that the house that you lived up as a child?
Yeah, for the first time, uh, they got me. We lived to that house, and when they moved to the mountain, you know the place where we went to get the bamboo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we moved there.
Did they own the part? Okay, where the bamboo is? Did they own that, or they just renting or leasing it or whatever?
My uncle's my Inan's brothers own the land.
Well, your aunt and uncle, your Enon's brother and sister, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah, I like people, John. I'm not gonna say that. And you learn, man. You're not here to. I don't know if you ever ran into it. You're not here to be an advisor, okay, to the people or the government of the Philippines. All right, you're not here to advise them how they should run their country, and you just go with the flow. Now it'll be a learning. You'll be learning the whole way. You'll do or you'll say something. You find out that that wasn't right. I'm not saying you never talk politics here. You never talk politics here, but you'll do or say something that kind of rub people the wrong way. But anywhere else in the world, they wouldn't even think about it. You know what I mean? So you learn. You learn. It's a learning process.
He knows it.
Yeah, I lived in when I had my house in Norfolk, Virginia. Let me see where. Okay, I'm trying to. On one side of the house, the guy was really. He was a retired Navy guy. He was really. His name was Benny. He was a good guy. But the people on the other side of us, they were like really weird. You know what I mean? They were into that. How could I say open marriage thing? All right. They were like really weird, and they used to invite. They used to invite me over all the time. Oh, we're having a party, you want to come over? And I was like, well, if I ain't doing anything, and I would purposely make sure when my kids were home and say I had to watch my kids, stay with my kids because I just didn't. That's not for me. And they were like really weird, and I avoid them. You know what I mean? Like if I went out, if I went outside to take the trash out, for the next day, and I see them out there, I wait until later on when they weren't around, and I just didn't want to talk to them. Not that I was better than them. They were weird. They were weird, and it was kind of like I don't know if anybody knows Norfolk area, but I lived in the Bayview area. Actually, you got Bayview Elementary School that was right behind. I was right behind their school. That's where my house was. Not, I mean, it was quite a distance between the school and my house, but I lived behind there in a little development. But development was really good. It was a, it was a, it was mixed races. You know what I mean? We didn't have the problem with that, and most of the people were either active duty, whatever branch of the service they were in, or they were retired. So the good thing was when one of the men or the woman could have been a woman were deployed somewhere, all right, they watch and see what's going on at your house. Matter of fact, there was a guy who lived across the street from me. I never liked his wife. She was a big mouth, and she was very loud, kind of like somebody around here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and well, he went out to sea. I think 3 days after he went on deployment. The guy started living there. And it was kind of like, what the hell's going on here? And I never said anything. I avoided him because I didn't want to know anything. And when he got back, I guess somebody, one of his friends or whatever in the area, started had a conversation with him and said, "Hey, man, this is what's going on." I mean, this guy treated his kids bad, man. Treated his kids bad. This guy that showed up at the house. And yeah, he let them know, hey man, this is what's going on. I just choose my own business. I didn't agree with it, but I didn't want to get no. I didn't want to get messed up with that because it'll blow up in your face every time.
Good morning, Daryl and Florence.
Hey, good morning, Daryl. How you doing, man? You're a little bit late, but that's all right. No, I'm just boasting. Nah, Daryl's a good guy, man. Daryl's a really good guy. He's in Texas.
Text.
Texas. So how you doing, Daryl? You being good? You being good, Daryl? There you go. You know he's mad at me. Trying.
Trying to be.
I thought you were. No, I thought you were a godly man. We've been trying. Should all come natural, man. I'm just busting on you. Hey, John, I don't know if you're still around. Have you heard? Have you heard anything from MYK? Have you heard anything? They say he has another channel somewhere. I don't know, but MYK
Oh, okay.
trying to make Myles proud. How do you make Myles proud? Oh, proud of you. Okay. I was like, what are you talking about? But I only read trying to make Myles proud, and I was like, what are you talking?
Trying to make
Myles
proud
likes you,
of
man.
me.
Myles likes you and your better half, Florence. You're good people. Yeah.
Just like I'm imagining that Florence is keep on laughing beside you.
Yeah, John. Somebody told me that he had another channel, but I don't know. I know YouTube kicked him off for bullying, but I haven't heard anything lately.
Yes, I know. Even
No, I don't want to talk bad about him, but I know he uncalled for bullying, uncalled for, especially with you, uncalled for, man. So that's one of the negative things about YouTube, man. You can't have your own opinion about anything. Oh, I know, Paulie. You're a listener. It just seems like not only everybody. It's not only in the Philippines. Watch other vloggers on different subjects. Okay, you know who the most vicious is the beauty pageant ones with makeup and stuff like that. Oh, they're nasty. They're fucking nasty. I thought the the Philippine vloggers, it's the usual stuff, okay? But some of these other ones, man, they get nasty. And the gamers, they get nasty. They're like, oh my god.
more of today. Today.
I know, Paulie. I know you're in the background. Well, why ain't you showing up? There we go. That's where you got to go. You go in. We call it, Mary. We call it stealth mode. You're in stealth mode. In other words, you're there, but you're like, what's his name? John Cena. You can't see me. Oh, yesterday, Myles watched WWE for the very first time.
Not the very first time.
You loved it. You loved it.
I was when I'm still young. I am watching wrestling.
Well, it's different now. I mean, not even. There was only a couple. Well, one, John Cena. That's the only one I knew. The rest of them, I'm like, who's this? Who is that? Who is this? You know, I'm old. Yes, I know it's fake. Okay, I know it's fake. Please, but and I was trying to explain to her. I was like, "Mom, this is all fake." What man can be kicked between the legs and then 2 seconds get up and fight? I'd be laying on the ground, and I don't know about the rest of you all. I'd be laying on the ground screaming. You know what I mean? But she liked it. And you know what the funny thing is? Yes, with you. Making body movements.
What?
When you were watching the wrestling, when you were doing body movements, like when somebody was swinging a punch, you go.
No,
Everybody does it.
you're
Miles.
so exaggerated.
No, I'm not
That's so
exaggerating. Everybody does it. Everybody does it. You know what I mean? When they get into it, she got into it. Nothing wrong with it. See, I canceled Hulu, all right? Because they wanted to charge me 20 or I think it's 20 or $30 more. And I was like, okay, okay, you're gonna charge me 20, 30, you're gonna raise the subscription 20 to $30. What are you gonna give me? What more are you gonna give me? Nothing. Nothing. Okay. So I canceled it. I said, and we were like, we don't need that. Just like when you first get here, you say you don't need an aircon. Yes, you do. But and I was like, Myles, we don't need that. Okay. YouTube's great to watch, but it gets old, you know what I'm saying? As far as, it seems lately that I don't know if it's conspiracy against me. YouTube's out to get me, but uh, channels that I usually watch wasn't being advertised. I had to go search for it all the time. That's what I'm trying to say. They gave me these channels I could care less about, and so I said, hey, and I did research. We got Netflix now, and I think it's pretty cool. Netflix, I mean, a lot of people don't like them, and I understand, okay. But like I said, I could care less about the political stuff. Yeah, they do put some stuff up there that I could care less about as far as movies or shows. But I pick and choose. I have control of that remote control. I watch what Miles and myself want to watch, and she watch wrestling.
Mhm.
I think she was just checking the guys out.
I watched wrestling back in the day.
Yeah, exactly, man. It's like, who's that? Like I said, John Cena. That's the only one I recognized. The rest of them, I was like, who's that? Who's that? You know what I mean? And everybody knows it's fake. Come on. Everybody knows it's fake. Yes, but can you use it in the States? I mean, not the States, but can you watch it in the Philippines? I use a VPN, so it doesn't matter. I don't even know why I said that. I use a VPN because if you come here to live for any length of time, man, use a VPN. Philippine TV is so boring. It is because you get these shows from like Korea and South Korea, Vietnam, and I'm not a subtitle guy. Okay, I can't because then I sit there the whole time reading what they're what.
The B up, that B up,
Yeah, I'll look. I'll check it out. It's called the app.
that app, dot com, the TV app,
Yeah, it says the TV app.
dot com, yeah.
Yeah, we'll check it out, man. Doesn't hurt to look, right? Doesn't hurt to look. It won't cost you anything to look. But see, they have a lot of here anyway on smart TV. They got a lot of apps. They say it's free TV, and then they give you a little taste. You know. But then once you download it, it's like you got to pay for this, you got to pay for that, you got to pay for this, you got to pay. You're like, I thought this thing was free.
Yes, this is yeah. Once you subscribe and you pay it for monthly or yearly, they don't need to surcharge you for those movies. Something like that. Everything is free once you
Hey, Paul, why would you rather come in October?
October.
Probably why would you rather come in October? I mean, everybody's got their time. When is the coolest time to come here? It's not as far as the weather.
Anytime.
I know a lot of people say,
Weather already changed, so we cannot say that anymore.
yeah, I know.
What month or
Yeah, a lot of Filipinos told me, man, this, rainy season, dry season was kind of like a set course, through the cycle. They said it's been all thrown off and changed.
not unlike before when I am young, we know already the what month is raining, what month is sun.
Yeah, that house, you did buy a nice house, man. That is a nice house. In Badoc, Alabama, that is a nice house. I had to admit, Miles, Paulie got him a nice house.
In Alabama.
Yeah, fully. Miles has no desire to come to the States. None at all. At least that's what he tells me.
I have no desire to live in state, but I want to go there for visit.
But they make it so hard to visit. You know what I mean?
The government.
Hey, don't you talk about my government.
That's the way they treat tourists going to US. They are choosing those ones who can travel US. They are choosing.
Oh yeah, they can choose. Do you think the Philippines ever get to that point where they start saying who can come in? They'll go the same route that the United States does, where you got to apply for a tourist or whatever visa before you even get here. Because here you get a visa when you walk through the gates. When you go through customs, that's where you get your visa. Do you think the Philippines ever change that? Where they just say you got to apply for it?
Ever since it's like that. No change yet. There's no.
Oh, I know there's no change, but I'm just curious with all the somewhat problems they have at times with people coming here. Especially that one Russian American who's now sitting in jail. That's the kind of example I'm trying to give. I don't even care about his name. The problems he caused, disrespecting Philippine citizens, treating them like they're, That's what I'm trying to say. After a while, Miles, countries get tired of it. Look at it, you know what I mean? People get tired of it. I mean, I hope it never happens. Yeah, been there. That Gulf Shore, that used to be a good fishing spot. Back in the early 80s, that used to be a great fishing spot. I don't know anymore. It's been many, many years. But yeah.
Fishing.
Yeah, the fishing pier. You can go deep sea fishing there too. There's when I was there, there used to be this old guy who had a boat, and he was cheap. There was other ones there. The only reason I bring him up, he's probably moved on. He's gone. He was old. He was like in his 50s or 60s. But he wouldn't charge very much to take you out. I think you had to pay for the fuel and whatever else. He did it because he had nothing better to do. They rebuilt it. Now, do you have to pay to get on that pier? I'm trying to remember if you had to pay or not. I don't remember. For you, though, it's very long.
Is it far?
Well, I'm being sarcastic because he's come from Texas. It'd be very far from him. But for Paulie, probably not far at all. I know you go down the highway to the beach. I'm trying to remember, God, I can't. It's all foggy for me.
About 15 minutes.
Yeah. 15 minutes, yeah. I know. I know. Once upon a time ago, Paulie, traffic was nothing there. Nothing. Yeah. No, I lived in Poland. I lived in Poland for a little bit. And yes, used to go to Pensacola all the time. And I wish I could remember. Huh?
Florida.
Yeah. My brother John, he still lives in Pensacola. And he decided he sold everything. He got tired of this life. I don't know, I'm not gonna say life, but he got tired of things. He sold his house. He's on a and he purchased an RV. And now he'll stay in Foley, he'll stay in Pensacola during the winter time at an RV park. But then during the summer, I believe during the summertime, he heads up north and he just does, the traveling thing. And then now September, I guess it's September.
Escape the bad weather.
Yeah. Then like September, I'll head back down to Pensacola. Well, like Paul said, it's cheaper to live in Pensacola. But Foley, well, I really can't answer that because I was there during the early 80s. Foley's there now. So he would have a better outlook on things. But he has said Pensacola is cheaper because of taxes. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't know. Though you go to Foley, you'll see real quick. Foley, I'm going by from what I remember. It's a quiet little town, man. But they say that it's grown, but it's quiet. Yeah, that's why we live here in Badoc, man. It's a small, quiet town where nobody. It's yeah, you got your people here that are like, okay, but then you have your really good people here, and the good people outweigh the other people. His son's making a lot of noise again. He's working on whatever he's working on. Yeah, well, yeah. Like I said, that's why I live in Batak. Yeah, I could have lived in Cebu or some other places, where it's more westernized. But the more westernized the place is in the Philippines, the more expensive it is. Yeah, you'll be around other Westerners, other foreigners. Yeah, a lot of noise. What are you doing?
He's lying on the couch. It's on the
No,
bed.
he's not on the couch. He's on the floor. I don't know. Monkey's a strange thing.
Maybe the birds outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, Florida's more of a vacation state.
Not for living state.
And from my understanding, a lot of people that were born and raised in Florida, yeah, they want They want the money that the tourists and the vacationers bring in, but they'd rather you just not be there. Yeah, forecast.
Yeah.
You're from Colorado?
Miami,
Clark County. No, that's Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan. Yeah, but yeah, you know what I like about Michigan is the state police, the lights they got on top. You gotta learn. They got the big old fashioned lights. When they're going somewhere important, they have flashing. Well, instead of having the LED light across the top, they got this big light on top. The state police. I mean, it's big. You ain't go. If you don't see it, you're blind. You need to get some glasses. No, I don't think it's past that point. Oh, county. Okay, I thought you were saying Colorado. Why do you say it's the baddest? In a good way or a bad way? Fastest? Okay, yeah. Yeah, you be riding on the highway and all of a sudden all you see is the lights. And you think it's right over the crest of that hill. No, it's down the road a while. That's how bright they are. I had no idea, Paulie. It's news to me that they're getting rid of the old one. I mean, I haven't been on the road for over 5 years, so I don't know. I know Florida. Does Florida still have their Corvettes, state police, the chasers? Yeah, they got the Corvettes, man, go fast.
What they're
Well, they go after people speeding and stuff like that. But these Corvettes are fast. Oh, okay. Yeah, Florida, man, they got the Corvettes. Well, I don't know what they're driving now because I'm pretty sure, or Mustangs, the 5.0s. Yeah, but those cars were fast. I remember one time driving down the road in the middle of the night, and I was like, "Whew, what is he doing?" They making a lot of noise, man. It's like Lucky's usually real quiet. He's making a lot of noise. I mean, a lot of noise. Lucky's usually very, very quiet. You don't know he's there. Is that what they're driving now? The Vets? I don't know, Florida, driving down the Florida highway, it can be the most boringest ride, especially at night. It can be really boring. It's flat. It's almost as bad as going across like New Mexico at night. Almost. Because Florida, it seems like you have a populated area and then nothing for a while, then populated area and then nothing for a while. You know. You're fine, Paulie. You're adding to the something to talk about, man. have something to talk about. But yeah, today we're just gonna chill out. At lunchtime, we'll go walk to the Yellow House. What does he have you thinking about? I mean, Dara, you're the only ones who can make the final. I mean, you get everybody's opinions on something, then you make the final. You and Miss Florence make the final decision. You know. That's all you can do. What's up?
Outside. He's eating grass.
Oh, his stomach must be upset. Yeah, these dogs are like they're like our children, right?
Yeah.
Spoiled children. So you got any words of wisdom for the people?
The words of wisdom. No words of wisdom.
Yeah, like people are so worried about retiring and how much it's going to cost you. On the hours I spend, and this is not down with that we own our own home. Okay, we owe nobody anything. Our average is $850 a month we spend on the house, on our living. Now keep in mind we don't go out drinking, we don't go out bar hopping. I mean, if Myles wants to go somewhere, we'll go, but she's kind of content here, right? Huh?
Are you going to go out? What are you going to do outside?
Yeah.
Unless we go sometime once in a while. We just
We haven't been to vegan.
you said last week we will
Man,
go
yeah, I like to go, but we just haven't gone yet. I mean, how far is the bus ride from
more
here?
than one hour.
Yeah, 1 hour by bus. No, I'm not going to take the truck or the moped because anybody's been to the Philippines for a little bit, they know parking here is crazy. Very
Hard to
few.
find.
Yeah, it's hard to find parking. And some of the people who are driving shouldn't be driving, you know? But yeah. And I like going to Vegas. That's south of us. It's a nice town. Especially old Vegas, not the new part of it, but the old part. You see a lot of Spanish influence there.
Yeah. They said it's nice to stay there for if you have your private car, you can stay there until 6 to 7 o'clock. That's the time they
Shut everything down. And
shut on turn on the water. I don't know what it is. The fountain.
What about it?
The fountain changing in different colors.
What, at night?
Yeah.
Now I got a question for you. Say if a person they want to take a bus. What time does the bus start running?
Going to Lawag is earlier than earlier than 4 or 5 like that. But if you can the local buses not including the bus going to Manila. It's anytime.
I mean, does it run 24 hours?
Yeah, those buses, Florida, like that.
Well, they're the ones that go from the long distance travel.
Mm-mm.
But how about well, you would have to take the long distance because you're going from one province to another, right?
Mm-mm.
You just can't get a local bus because the
Yeah,
local
but the
bus will stay in the province.
The local bus is not. They cannot. They will stop earlier than I think it's 5.
Yeah. Well, you have a lot of people that live here in Badoc, but they work in like Lawag or the other town,
Yeah.
right?
It's okay because from Lawag to Badoc only those Badoc buses.
Oh, the people, the ones that have the bus companies in Badoc.
Yeah, from Lawag to
Oh,
any
okay, I get that. So you have to get to go from here to Vigan, you would have to get like like Florida. Okay.
Yeah.
So it usually costs from here to
I don't
Vigan.
know.
You don't know? You asked that before though, man. No, we haven't. Have we ever been there?
We haven't visited Baguio yet.
Where's that at?
Baguio, the upper, the coldest place. In a mountain.
Oh, so you would have to take a vehicle there.
Now you cannot. You can drive your own car if you go.
That's what I just said.
You take the bus, Florida bus, Florida going to Baguio.
How far is it from here? You remember?
I don't know. I'm not sure how many hours.
I don't. I mean, I wouldn't mind going. I just don't like the idea of.
Daryl been there last time when they.
Hey, Dal, did you take a bus there, or did you have somebody drive you?
Yeah, they use their car.
Well, not his family car. You ready to go? Ready to cut off? Huh? Okay, someone drove you. All right, we're gonna end this stream,
Yes.
and the next one will be Friday, right?
Mm.
Yeah, Friday.
Friday and Sunday.
Why is that, Paulie?
Just don't ride a motor or a trike. Yeah.
Now that church that has well, it used to be a church and the guy converted into a restaurant, the steak place. Where's that at?
Hawaii.
Highway. Okay. Oh, too many steep hills.
Yeah.
Yeah, traffic. Yeah.
Riders, they can go. Riders.
Well, he's saying not to.
Yeah, they can.
What I have learned here, if you want to go somewhere, like a tourist area, you can hire a van, and the van will drive you there. And so you ain't got to deal with the parking or anything like that. Now, word of caution is before you even get in that van, and I've been told this by many, many people, is make sure you got a price established and what is your responsibility. Is your responsibility to make sure that guy eats, or is that his problem? Or, it's your responsibility, and it has happened, man, where you get a ride, like jeepney, where jeepneys will take you there, okay? And all of a sudden, a quarter way down the road, they say, "Oh, I got to replace my tire," and they expect you to pay for it.
In other way, in short, make a transaction first.
Yeah, have everything established. Like I said, I have been, and all of a sudden, half hour into the ride, the guy says, "Oh, I got to get it replaced or fix my tire," and they expect you to pay for it. Or my car needs gas, they expect you to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So you got it happens, man. You got to make sure you got everything established before you even get in that vehicle. What am I responsible for? As far as I'm concerned, the only thing I'm responsible for is to pay for his service. I'm not responsible to make sure he eats. They're grown up. They can feed themselves. I'm not responsible for any repairs done on the motors. That's his vehicle, not mine. And I'm not responsible to have his tires repaired.
Yeah, that's why you have
his tires. The responsibility.
You have the transaction make the transaction first before you go in. You talk about the
See, that happened to us when we're not while we were living here. When I was visiting, all of a sudden, me and Miles were planning to go somewhere. Next thing you know, everybody was going with us. Okay, and what? Not even a half hour down the road. Oh, my tire needs to be repaired, and they expected her to pay for it. I was like, what? No, 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 no. And all of a sudden, he wanted gas. They wanted her to pay for it. You know. You don't go in, you don't get involved with something like that blindly because if they see a foreigner, they're going to take advantage of it. And then people can say whatever they want. They will try to take advantage of it. They think, oh, he's rich. Next thing you know, you're paying his car payment. But the car payment's due tomorrow. You have to pay for it. Not that one, no. You see that all the time, Paul. You see that all the time. And you're like, wow. What it was, he had one of those old tires where they had that band that goes on between the tire and the rim. There's a band. I can't think of it. I don't remember the name of it. Well, he said it was separating and it needed to be repaired. I don't know. All right, man, we're going to cut out. And hopefully you all show up Friday and the discussion goes a little bit, goes well. But you all be good. You all be good, man, and you all have a great day. And we will talk to you Friday. And bye for now, man. Ciao.
sayonara.
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 All right, thanks, dog. Yeah, Paulie.
Thank you.
All right, I'll talk to you all guys later. Bye bye.
Mary. Kuya John.